Ethical is for someone who is honest and follow good moral standard. An ethical teacher will grade your papers honestly, even if she catch you sticking your tongue out at her. Ethical comes from the word ethos in Greek, means moral character, and describe a person or behavior right, the moral sense, truthful, fair, and honest. Sometimes the word is used for people who follow the moral standards of their professions. An ethical lawyer or doctor does not take advantage of their client or patient unfortunate situation. If something has happened and you are not sure what are the right things to do, you are having an ethical dilemma. There are 6 major aspects of universal or core ethical values. These are trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Using core ethical value as the basis for ethical thinking can help detect situations where we focus so hard on upholding one value that we sacrifice another. For example, we are loyal to friends and so we do not always tell the truth about their actions. The first core ethical values is trustworthiness. Trustworthiness concerns a variety of behavioral qualities, for example, honesty, integrity, reliability, and loyalty. There is no more fundamental ethical value than honesty. We associate honesty with people of honor and we admire and trust those who are honest. Honesty in communication is about intent to convey the truth as the best we know it and to avoid communicating it in a way likely to mislead or deceive. There are 3 dimensions in honesty in communication. The first one is truthfulness. Truthfulness means not intentionally misinterpreting a fact or lying. Intent is the crucial distinction between truthfulness and the truth itself. Being wrong is not the same thing as being a liar, although honest mistake can still damage trust. Number 2 in honesty in communication is sincerity. A sincere person does not act, say half-truth or stay silent with intention of creating belief or leaving impression that are untrue or misleading. Frankness is also an important aspect of honesty in communication. In relationship involving trust, honesty may also require us to volunteer information that another person needs to know. Honesty in conduct, for example, prohibiting stealing, cheating, fraud, and trickery. Cheating is not only dishonest but takes advantage of those who are not cheating. It is a violation of trust and fairness. Not all lies are unethical, even though all lies are dishonest. Occasionally, dishonesty is ethically justifiable, such as when the police lie in undercover operations or when one lies to criminal or terrorists to save lives. But occasions for ethically sanctioned lying are rare, for example, when it involves saving a life. There are no differences in the way an ethical person makes decisions from situation to situation. No difference in the way they act at work and at home, in public or alone. The person of integrity takes time for self-reflections so that event, crisis, and the necessity of the day do not determine the course of their moral life. They stay in control. The 4 enemies of integrity are: number 1 is self-interest. This is when we make decisions relate to things that we want. Number 2 is self-protection. This is when we make decisions relate to things that we do not want. Number 3 is self-deception. This is a refusal to see situation clearly, of course, related to self-protection and self-interest. Number 4 is self-righteousness. This is by having an end justify the mean attitude. For example, when we are solving a problem, the end does not justify if the process is involving unethical behavior or activities. Next is reliability. When we make promises or commitment to people, our ethical duty go beyond legal obligation. The ethical dimension of promise keeping imposes the responsibility of making all reasonable effort to fulfill our commitment. It is also important to avoid bad faith excuses. Honorable people do not rationalize non-compliances or create justification for escaping commitment. Before making a promise, consider carefully whether you are willing or likely to keep it. Think about unknown or future events that could make it difficult, undesirable, or impossible to keep your commitment. Sometimes all we can do is promise to do our best. We need to avoid unclear commitment, since others will expect you to live up to what they think you have promised to do. Be sure that when you make a promise, the other person understands what you are committing to do. Number 4 is loyalty. Loyalty is about promoting and protecting the interests of certain people, organizations, and affiliations. Some relationships, for example, husband-wife, employer-employee, citizen and country, these create expectation of loyalty. You need to prioritize your loyalties because so many individuals and groups make loyal claims on us. It is often impossible to honor all of them simultaneously. Consequently, we need to rank our loyalty obligation in some rational fashion. In our personal life, for example, it is perfectly reasonable and ethical to look out for the interests of our children, our parents, spouse, even if we have to subordinate our obligation to other children, neighbors, or co-workers in doing so. Loyalty is also about safeguarding confidential information. Loyalty requires us to keep secret or information learned in confidence. Employees and public servants have an additional responsibility to make all professional decisions on merit, not personal interests. Their goal is to maintain the trust of the public. The second aspect of core ethical value is respect. Respect is about honoring the essential worth and dignity of all people, including oneself. We are normally obligated to treat everyone with respect, regardless who they are and what they have done. We have a responsibility to be the best we can be in all situations, even when dealing with unpleasant people. Respect focuses on civility, courtesy, and decency. A respectful person is a good listener. The respectful person treats others with consideration, confirming to accept notion of taste and propriety, and does not resort to intimidation, coercion, or violence except in extraordinary and limited situations to teach discipline, maintain order, or achieve social justice. Next is tolerance. An ethical person accepts individual differences and beliefs and judge others only on their character. An ethical person will never judge people based on their religion, ethnic, colors of their skin, or their races. Third core ethical value is responsibility. Life is full of choices. Being responsible means being in charge of our choices and therefore our lives. It means being accountable for what we do and who we are. It also means recognizing that what we do and what we don't do matters. There are several aspects related to responsibility. The first one is accountability. An accountable person is not a victim and does not shift blame or claim credit for the work of others. Number 2 is pursuit of excellence. Responsible people will always strive their best to deliver excellent performance. The pursuit of excellence has an ethical dimension when others rely upon our knowledge, ability, and willingness to perform tasks safely and effectively. Number 3 is diligence. Responsible people are reliable, careful, prepared, and informed. Number 4 is perseverance. Responsible people will finish what they start, overcoming rather than surrendering to obstacles and excuses. Number 5 is continuous improvement. Responsible people will always look for ways to do their work better. Number 6 is self-restraint. Responsible people will exercise self-control, restraining passion and appetites such as lust, hatred, gluttony, greed, and fear. They delay gratification if necessary and never feel it is necessary to win at any cost. The fourth core ethical value is fairness. Fairness is a tricky concept. Disagreeing parties tend to maintain that there is only one fair position, their own. But while some situations and decisions are clearly unfair, fairness usually refers to a range of morally justifiable outcomes rather than discovery of one fair answer. Fairness relates to three things. The first one is process. A fair person uses open and unbiased processes for gathering and evaluating information necessary to make decisions. Fair people do not wait for the truth to come to them. They seek out relevant information and conflicting perspectives before making important decisions. Number two is impartiality. Decisions should be unbiased without favoritism or prejudice. Number three is equity. It is important not to take advantage of the weakness, disadvantage, or ignorance of others. Fairness requires that an individual, company, or society correct mistakes promptly and voluntarily. The fifth core ethical value is caring. Caring is the heart of ethics. It is scarcely possible to be truly ethical and not genuinely concerned with the welfare of others. That is because ethics is ultimately about our responsibility toward other people. Sometimes we must hurt others we care for, and some decisions, while quite ethical, do cause pain. But one should consciously cause no more harm than it is reasonably necessary. The sixth core ethical value is citizenship. The concept of citizenship includes how we ought to behave as part of a community. The good citizen knows the law and obey them, but they also volunteer and stay informed on the issues of the day. Citizens do more than their fair share to make society work now and for future generations. Citizenship can have many expressions such as conserving resources, recycling, using public transport to reduce carbon footprint, reducing the use of plastics, and clean up litters. Those are the six major aspects of universal or core ethical values.